up, guys? Crypto Muser here with your daily news and analysis in the crypto markets. Now, yesterday we had a great interview here with Chris Larson and Anthony Pompliano to talk about, the elephant in the room. Chris Larson started this so-called attack on Bitcoin and proof of work, but honestly, it was not an attack on Bitcoin. He was saying that he believes in Bitcoin. He just thinks that at some point in time in the future, when Bitcoin becomes more and more adopted, it's going to become, more and more, detrimental to the environment due to the, Bitcoin mining. And that's just the bottom line. And anybody that wants to, hate on me for this just doesn't understand the facts. Facts of the matter. And if you really want to understand it, then go look at this interview because it really broke down. And even Pompliano, which has disagreements with Chris Larson, heard him out, and he understands the fact that at some point in time, maybe they don't need to change the code, maybe they don't need to change the proof of work system to like proof of stake or whatever, but at some point in time, they need to find a better way. If it's, using more renewables or going that way, I agree with that. That's definitely a way to do it, but at some point in time, we have enough smart people involved in crypto that we can figure this out, right? So I implore you guys definitely to go check out this interview because it really shows what Chris Larson, what he's talking about. He's not trying to attack Bitcoin. He's long Bitcoin. He said that many, many times. I think it's just getting, blown out of proportion here because the whole Ripple connection, everybody just believes that he's attacking Bitcoin to help Ripple and help XRP, but he's definitely not. And it's not even on behalf of Ripple. It's because he's just a, environmentalist, and he, agrees that, he's 100%, in agreement with Bitcoin and Bitcoin being the future. He just thinks that in order for Bitcoin to grow and to really get to its full potential, and right now obviously it's being adopted worldwide, but it can only be adopted really by big institutions and corporations if it can jump through this environmental hurdle that it's going through right now. Obviously, you've seen the EU try to almost ban proof of work. You're seeing a lot of talk in the U.S. government about proof of work systems and Bitcoin being bad for the environment. This thing is going to come up more and more. So there's got to be a way. You can't just call them, you can't just look past it, right? We got to figure this out. So like I said, definitely check this out to really get some more insight in what's going on between Anthony Pompliano and Chris Larson here. Definitely a good read. Or a good listen. So JV tweeted this about the interview. I'm 44 minutes in, just about done. This is actually a great episode. I expected Pomp to be more defensive, but they actually had an adult conversation. Both seemed to be very receptive of the other. And I thought the same. I thought that, Pompliano was very respectful. I thought Chris Larson was very respectful. They had a really good conversation. And these are the conversations we need to have in crypto. Crypto can be very tribal, and they do mention that in the interview, and it's hard to have these conversations without the banter, without yelling back and forth. And it's like we really need to have subjective conversations about issues that we have with crypto. This is a new asset class. There's going to be bumps along the road, and we need to figure this out together as a whole family, right? We can't have this tribalism. That's the worst thing we can have in crypto. So I 100% agree with JB. So as much as I gave you, Chris Larson's side of things yesterday, this is Perianne DC, who was on, I think it was on CNBC, no, Fox Business, and she discussed crypto mining with CV Payne on Fox Business yesterday. Did you know about 60% of Bitcoin mining comes from renewable energy, making Bitcoin one of the most sustainable industries in the world? And that's what we need. We need more of that, right? We need to be using more sustainable energy. We need to be using renewables, but at the same time, there's still 40%, using fossil fuels and wasting energy, right? So hopefully this becomes a more of a trend in that way. But let's listen to this interview real quick and listen to her break it down.
A number of environmental groups launched a campaign looking into Bitcoin's code to decrease its energy use, saying that crypto is, quote, contributing too much to global warming. We've heard this before. It's one of the reasons it was run out of a couple of countries. Your thoughts on that?
Well, first off, that is a myth. Proof of work is the most secure mechanism, and proof of work is what runs the Bitcoin network. It is the most secure way to confirm and record blockchain transactions. So there is energy usage, but what you're getting with that is security. There are other blockchains that use less energy, but you're trading off security. So we need to be very, very careful about how we approach this conversation. And then further, it's estimated that around 60% of all the energy that's being used to mine Bitcoin today is coming from sustainable energy sources, which would make Bitcoin one of the most sustainable industries in the world. So we really need to think about what we're saying here and look at the facts and look at the data about how this technology actually works and what energy consumption and usage looks like.
Well, that's why we bring you on, because there's a lot of folks out there still pushing back, but you eloquently and articulated that in a way that I think the curmudgeons and the folks who just don't believe are going to have to start listening one way or the other. Perry Ann, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Charles.
So I kind of disagree with that. So here's what I say. So, and I hate to, obviously I'm a big XRP guy because that's why you're probably listening to the channel. But XRP uses consensus, right? Doesn't use proof of work. Has there ever been a hack on the XRP network, on the XRP ledger? No. So it is 100% secure. Maybe not, you can't say 100%, 99.9% secure. Proof of work, yes, is very secure, but you can't say that it by going off proof of work, proof of stake, or consensus that it's less secure. That just hasn't been the case. You can't really, they can say that all they want, but it's just not the case. Maybe proof of stake. I mean, obviously you've had enough hacks on the Ethereum network, but I'm still not buying that whole. Here's the problem I have. When people start talking about Bitcoin, it's hard to take them not seriously, but it's hard to take them full-heartedly because they have so much money invested in it, right? So it's hard for them to just I don't expect them to say anything bad about Bitcoin because they have $1 million invested in it. In the same way I saw BitBoy Crypto wouldn't badmouth Ethereum the other day about the Ethereum ETHgate and all that because he has $3 million invested in Ethereum. Why would he try to badmouth Ethereum? Why would he try to hurt his investment? So, these crypto advocacy groups like what Perry Ann works for, she works for the Chamber of Digital Commerce. They are very pro Bitcoin and Ethereum. They have a lot of money in those two assets. So when they speak, you gotta kind of look at both sides. Like, yes, they are advocating for Bitcoin and Ethereum, but they're obviously advocating because they are highly invested in these assets. So, when there's money involved, you have to kind of take everything with a grain of salt, right? So I do agree with her about the sustainable, renewable energy. We need to do more of that, but you can't always trust everything these people say because they are obviously, like I said, highly invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So the next thing I want to talk about was, I'm also, full disclosure, I do own a lot of Cardano. I believe in the Cardano ecosystem. I believe in Charles Hoskinson. He left Ethereum, early on, and he created, Cardano proof of stake. And just the way he's been doing things, the way he's been rolling out slowly, trying to do everything right. And, he's gotten a lot of flack because of that. But I think that's the way to do it. You're seeing, some platforms moving out a little too quick, and then you see huge hacks, and, it's not secure enough, obviously, like Solana or other blockchains, Terra, Luna. You see some hacks there. It happens, right? If you're trying to, it's obviously a huge competition between smart contracts and DeFi right now, right? So they're trying to kind of outdo each other. But Cardano has gotten a lot of, he's gotten a lot of hate because he's kind of been slow moving in the way he's been doing things. But I think he's just trying to do it the right way, and that's the way. And I've heard Charles Hoskinson many times. He's very transparent of everything he does, and I really respect that about him, right? So let's just read this tweet. Cardano ecosystem gets 100 million DeFi liquidity fund. And let's just get into so 100 million Wave Financial Fund offers liquidity to Cardano DeFi platforms. And let's just move down here. The fund will support new decentralized exchanges, lending protocols, and stablecoin issuers, is building on the Cardano blockchain. Wave Financial is launching a fund designed to offer liquidity to new DeFi platforms launched in the Cardano ecosystem. The Wave ADA Yield Fund, which has launched with initial 100 million, will support the new decentralized exchanges, lending protocols, and stablecoin issuers building on Cardano. Today we are launching what we believe is the first pure liquidity provisioning fund in crypto, Wave Financial CEO Dave Seymour said in statement Wednesday. Each of these decentralized applications adds to the strong foundation of the Cardano blockchain as it realizes a fully functional and diverse ecosystem. Singapore-based Emergo, a founder in Cardano protocols, supported the creation of the Wave Fund. According to the new release, Emergo in September launched a $100 million investment vehicle to invest into early startup and growth stage companies shaping the Cardano ecosystem. And there's one thing I wanted to show you guys, a little specific. DEX's decentralized exchanges and DeFi, decentralized finance lenders have gained the fastest popularity in terms of attracting users and capital, according to the company. The 88 Yield Fund will provide liquidity to the two pools of assets representing each side of a trading pair of Cardano DEXs. Wave will also continue to support and expand staking pools to strengthen the Cardano network. Now, this is great for Cardano. I mean, DeFi is blowing up, right? It's probably one of the biggest things that I see coming with crypto, right? If you're going to put your money in something, put your money in a bank, it just doesn't make any sense right anymore, right? To have these lending products where you can, put your money in a safe place or a good investment and make anywhere from 8 to 10%, those things are going to be the future, right? And especially decentralized exchanges. These are two things that I think are going to be huge factors in crypto in the future. And I just think that Cardano is, like I said, really, slow moving out with these products, but it's doing it the right way, and that's what I think. Flare Networks is kind of doing the same thing. If you guys know what Flare Networks is, they've had this slow rollout, right? They're still coming out. I think they just announced today or yesterday that they're coming out July 4th. It's been a slow rollout, but they want to do it right. And that's, honestly, I'd rather them do it right than rush it out, right? I mean, especially if you're going to put your hard-earned money into something, you don't want it to be, you don't want there to be kinks in the system. You don't want to be, unsecure. And, these hacks are happening more and more. We're seeing every day now. So we need less of that and more secure systems. So I believe Cardano, like I said, full disclosure, I own a lot of ADA, but I believe in the network. What can I say? Do your own research. That's what I say. The next thing I want to say here. So European lawmakers have voted to limit anonymous crypto transactions and enforce KYC rules on unhosted wallets. Now, did we see this coming? Yes, we saw this coming. I mean, they don't want you to hide your money. That's the one thing that the powers that be do not like about crypto. They don't like the fact that you can hide your money. They want to control your money. They want to see exactly where your money is, right? The last thing they want is people to be able to, hide their money in these assets. And can you blame them? Obviously not, right? But, we will have privacy coins like Monero and Zcash. Those will always be, I think, good investments because privacy will always be a big thing for most people. And, EU, the US, UK, all around the world, you'll see more of this. But the great thing about crypto is you can't really stop those privacy coins. And privacy will always be a big part of crypto. It started kind of with this libertarian aspect of the privacy, keep government out of our pockets, so they can, there will always be decentralized exchanges out there. So like I said, they can try all they want, but privacy will always be one of the big factors in crypto. So the next thing I want to talk about, so Jeremy Hogan put this out, and I thought this was very interesting. So Judge Knepper knows this is, so actually he's he's replying to Stefan Huber, who said, I mean, why even think about it? Wait, no. Oh, he's talking about why Netburn is taking so long coming up with this reconsideration of these emails, with Bill Heyman emails, the 63 emails and the 52 drafts. And Jeremy Hogan is saying, this is the reason why he thinks that Judge Netburn is taking her time on making her decision here. So he says Judge Netburn knows this is being appealed up to Judge Torres to review and then possibly even appeal to the Second Circuit. So she will probably want to draft a good order, knowing it will be under a lot of scrutiny, and that takes some time. So this is the deal. So the 63 emails, the Bill Hinman emails, and the 32 drafts, or no, 52 drafts of that email. So the SEC asked Judge Neprin to reconsider, and the SEC wants that covered under DPP, protected, so the Ripple and the public cannot see this. She was supposed to, I mean, she had plenty of time to come up with the decision for this reconsideration, but she knows, because the SEC actually said ahead of time, that if Judge Neprin does not, rule in the SEC's favor, they will appeal to Judge Torres. So Judge Neprin knows that this will be appealed if she does, stick to her guns here. So she's probably trying to, make her order as foolproof as possible, so the SEC doesn't have really much to go on an appeal. And can you blame her? If she, this is how dumb the SEC is. The SEC already told Judge Neprin that we will appeal if you don't agree with us, basically. So Neprin's it's probably talked to Judge Torres about this too. So Torres knows if Neprin comes down with this ruling against the SEC, they're going to appeal. So I feel like they're working together to try to move this along. So the SEC is basically playing this delay game. So as soon as Neprin comes with the ruling, the SEC will delay to and appeal to Torres, and then Torres will come with a ruling, and then the SEC will delay and appeal to the Second Circuit. And I think that finally that Judge Neprin and Judge Torres are seeing through this shit, right? I mean, this is what the SEC, it's plain to see this is what they're doing now, right? And I think the judges are sick of this. It's come on now. You're just messing with the law now. And I believe that Judge Neprin and Judge Torres are straight shooters. So they don't like to see the SEC kind of, using the law in their benefit, or trying to use it in their benefit here. So hopefully what Jeremy Hogan is saying is true. I think I tend to believe what he's saying here. So hopefully we get a ruling on this reconsideration on the 63 emails soon enough, because I believe that's one of the biggest, or if not the biggest part of this lawsuit now. And honestly, I'll still say this, I've been saying this forever now, but it comes down to these emails. As soon as the SEC is forced to hand over these emails, a settlement will come. We will not see these emails. There's no way. There's definitely a smoking gun in these emails, or in those drafts. Obviously I'm speculating, but I mean, why would they be trying to hide it so much, right? If there was nothing bad in these emails, why would they be desperately trying to hide these emails? So I believe as soon as this charade basically is over for the SEC, we will get a settlement. When will that be? Who knows at this point, right? How long can the SEC really keep delaying this? I want to speculate and maybe say that, sometime early summer. I mean, that's a guess though, right? Who the hell knows? I almost swore there. But who the hell knows, right? But I will keep you guys up to date, obviously, when I get information. But remember, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Please do not take anything I write or say as financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. And thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next one.